Hey everybody, I know I just did a live a minute ago, but I had to redo it because I explained something in a way that I didn't want to explain it, so I had to do it again. Anyway, I just wanted to step in. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I've gotten really busy this semester, but I have not forgotten about you guys. Some things that's been on my mind. I just have thought about. I want to continue to drive home the importance of being aware of your thoughts. And that's the first step. If you're not aware of your thoughts, you can't change them. But then after you're aware of your thoughts, releasing those thoughts that do not serve you, that do not put you in a freer state of mind or a freer place as it pertains to how you feel and where you're going. And so I wanted to give you a demonstration. I wanted to use a curling iron, but I am a curly girl, so I don't actually own a curling iron, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm just going to show you a demonstration using this burner, okay? Let's imagine that this burner is actually on. It is not on, but let's imagine that it is on. Or maybe I just turned it off and it's still hot and it hasn't cooled down. Hasn't cooled off, however you say that. Anyway, let's imagine that it's still hot, okay? If I touch it and it's hot, biologically, the senses, the nerves in my body are going to have me release. My brain's going to shoot the nerves in my hand a message to say, move your hand or you're going to burn up, okay? So my hand's going to be released from the heat, okay? And yeah, maybe it might sting, it might hurt, and depending on how quickly my brain is able to get that message to my hand to remove my hand, I might have a little scar or something of that sort. But the whole point is that I'm going to release my hand from the stove. Okay? That is similar to how, or what I mean by releasing whatever negative thought it is. Okay? To resist or hold on to a thought that does not serve you or that is keeping you from freeing yourself would be for me to put my hand on this stove and then to press down, expecting for the heat to go away because I'm applying pressure, okay? That's what is meant by not resisting. To resist something, you're pushing against it, okay? If I push against the heat on this stove, all it's going to do is burn me up. And that's literally what happens on the inside of us when we hold on to or we refuse to release certain things. We burn up. Usher said, let it burn. That's exactly what's happened. You become bitter. And you become cynical and critical, and you just don't feel good, okay? And so that's why I believe the first step to freedom mentally, emotionally, and spiritually is to start here and be aware of your thoughts. It's as if, thinking about whatever this incident is going to change the situation. In cases where you're upset about something that has already happened, me applying my hand to this stove is not changing the situation. Imagine that this stove is the circumstance. This is the situation. Me applying my hand to it is not changing the fact that it's a hot stove, okay? So when you're sitting there thinking about things that have happened to you, maybe someone did you wrong, maybe you got fired, whatever the case, it could be a ton of circumstances. You're thinking about these circumstances and you're ruminating over them and you're thinking about them, and it cannot change the past. It cannot change what happened. It cannot change what that person said or did to you. It cannot change the fact that that person is the way they are. Okay, so resisting it or holding on to it, allowing yourself to become bitter and upset, does not change the situation. All it does is cause your internal condition to be on fire, pretty much, to be upset, and for you to miss out on the opportunity to experience the now. And I'll talk about the now in a different video, but to experience life and the polar opposite of whatever the bitterness or anger is that you feel, okay? There's still positive things that could happen. You're still blessed in a lot of areas, but you are not aware of those things because you're burning up from the thing that you refuse to release. So I'm hoping that that's a good enough illustration to you of what I mean by releasing your thoughts. It's almost as if you were going through one of those little, the thought isn't coming to me, but the revolving doors or whatever you want to call them, okay? You're going around in a circle. And unless you want to continue to go around in that circle, you're going to have to step out of it, okay? It's going to continue to go around, that's the circumstance. Maybe the circumstance doesn't change. In a lot of cases, your thoughts can change your situation, but it's not instantaneous. And that's a whole nother video as well. But it's not instantaneous. So me sitting here thinking about this thing that makes me feel upset is not changing the situation. It's only causing me to be upset, and it's actually only causing me to be stuck in that place. That's how we get stuck in the past. So I'm really, really encouraging you guys to first be aware. And once you're aware of your thoughts and you start to feel those emotions that go through you when you think about certain things, those emotions, those feelings that you get are signs of your internal condition. So that just means that if I have a thought that triggers an emotion, usually I'm going to be more aware of the emotion quicker than I am going to be the thought. So I just said that completely wrong. But anyway, y'all got what I was trying to say. I'm going to be aware of the emotion before I'm aware of the thought. But the emotion, if you're practicing awareness, you have this feeling, and then you ask yourself, okay, why do I feel this way? What's causing me to feel that way? That should lead you right back to the thought that you need to release, okay? And then you're just going to release it and let it go. No matter how many times it shows up in your internal condition, you're going to continue to release it. And over time, it will wear itself out. And then over time, you'll notice that it's not showing up in your experience anymore. And then you'll also notice that because you're practicing releasing and embracing thoughts that support you and are for your greater good, you'll start to notice that your situation will change, which is what I mean by sometimes your thoughts actually can, or actually your thoughts do contribute to your experience. But that's a little bit of a deeper concept. So I will cover that in another video, but I'm hoping that this helps you guys understand what I meant in that previous video when I said to release your thoughts. That's what you need to do if you want to free yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You want to start to release thoughts that do not serve you, period. That's just is what it is. So I hope you guys go into the weekend with positive, encouraging, and uplifting thoughts. And until then, be free.